Hey, it is Troy Stavros with Cornerstone Realty Associates here in Knoxville, and just time for a quick update video on the market. It is Monday, April 29th, and we're going to see what happened in the market last week. We want to keep an eye on things week to week. This is obviously a market that's in flux, so we want to always keep an eye on what's happening because interest rates are changing as well as other things in the economy. So let's just take a look and see what happened last week in the market. Okay, so when we go to our graphics here, you can see the median price is still trending up, so that's good. We're heading in a positive direction as far as the median price goes. So this is looking at all the information through the end of last week. So you can see from April 19th that week, that Friday, until April 26th, the median list price has been trending up. So that is a positive. The median days on the market has been trending down. So that's telling you things are still selling. There is still demand. Next, let's take a look at the price per square foot. That also trending up, telling us that things are positive for sellers. As we head into the spring market, things are still heating up. As we look at the property decreases, we can see over time how these have definitely been going down. They started the year high, like in January, we were up around 50% of the homes that were active on the market had price decreases, and that has been slowly trending down since then. And over the last week from the 19th to the 26th, it trended down again even more. So that's heading in the right direction. But still, right now, as of last Friday, 41.28% of homes that were active on the market did have a price reduction. Okay, next let's take a look at the inventory. What's happening with inventory? We can see inventory is increasing. This isn't uncommon for this time of year as we head into the spring, but we are definitely seeing more inventory come on the market. You can see that trending up. When we look at these graphs, the solid line is the 90-day average and the dotted line is the 7-day average. So when we're looking week to week, we really want to look at this 7-day average just to see what is happening week to week in the market. So you can see we have been trending up as far as inventory, more inventory coming on the market. That's good news for buyers and not bad news for sellers because most sellers have to be buyers as well, but just news that you want to keep in mind. If this number jumps up, then that's something we want to be mindful of, which is why we look at what is happening week to week. And then the market action index, which tells us what is happening, like right here in this graph, what is happening as far as supply and demand. Is it a buyer's market? Is it a seller's market? It hasn't been a buyer's market for years. And you can see right now we're at a 56, the number 30 on this graph being the break-even point between a buyer's market and a seller's market. So we're still deep into a strong seller's market. But when we look at the graph and what is happening over the 7-day average, you can see that it has been coming down. It's not a buyer's market. It's far from a buyer's market, but it's been trending away from a super strong seller's market and just weakening a little bit. And the reason for that is interest rate. So you can see this was at the beginning of April, obviously April 5th, and then this was last Friday, April 26th. Well, if we go over here and we look at what happened with interest rates, this is the beginning of April, right? Here's the beginning of April 5th, we were at 7%, and what happened over that time frame? You can see interest rates have gone up and all the way up to 7.5%, and as of today, they were 7.43. So that is the direct explanation as to why the market action index is coming down. When interest rates go up, demand can soften, but the good news is for sellers, while demand is softening, there's still not enough inventory on the market. So the demand that we have is enough to soak up the inventory that we have. But know that it is softening, and that's something that we want to keep an eye on, and we want to keep an eye on interest rates and hope they don't continue to rise. When we look at the market segments to see what they did last week, again, the market segments represent 25% of the market ordered by price. So it breaks it into 4 segments. So the lowest segment The median price is $299,900. What you can expect to get for that in Knoxville is about 1,347 square feet, a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, a home that's about 55 years old. And we can see in that lowest segment last week, so this is look week to week, last week, 37 new listings came on the market and 45 listings were absorbed. So more were absorbed than came on the market in that segment. And the average days on the market in that segment was 28 days. So this is definitely a hot segment simply because we can see there's more getting absorbed last week than there were new homes coming on the market. The next segment up was 420,000. In that segment, you can expect to get 1,972 square feet on average, 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, about a 28-year-old home. And in that segment of the 420,000, we saw 43 new listings come on the market last week and 34 go under contract or get absorbed. So there's still demand, not as much demand as in this segment, but in that segment, the average days on the market for the active listings was 21 days on the market. So that price point seems to be selling the fastest, but this one is getting soaked up as far as demand. Next segment up, 590,000. You can expect to get about 2,700 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, a home that's about 20 years old. In that segment of $590,000, we saw 34 new listings come on the market last week, 27 get absorbed, and the average days on the market in that segment was 28 days as well. So again, there is definitely demand. Yes, 34 new came on, but 27 got absorbed. So these are the numbers we want to watch every week and see where you are in each segment. So you may be in one segment where things are flying off the market and getting absorbed, or you might be in a segment that's not. So that tells you, if you're a buyer or a seller, how you either want to price your home and or what kind of offer you want to put in and how competitive you need to be. And then the most expensive segment was averaging $900,000. You can expect to get about 3,402 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, about a 19-year-old home. That highest segment saw 25 new listings come on the market last week, saw 11 get absorbed, and the average days on the market in that highest segment was 35 days on the market. So obviously less are getting absorbed in this highest price segment, but they are getting absorbed nonetheless, but we will want to keep an eye on that. Obviously, that's also the one with the most days on the market. But 28 days, 21 days, 28 days, 35 days, these are all considered low numbers as far as days on the market for active homes. So things are still humming along here in Knoxville, but again, we want to keep an eye on that week to week. So hopefully that's helpful. If you want this information on your specific zip code, just reach out and let me know. I'll be happy to send that to you. Or if you need information on your subdivision or your specific house, or you have any questions at all, just reach out, let me know. Happy to answer any questions you have. Have a great day. This is Troy Stavros with Cornerstone Realty Associates.